What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning the new unified champion of the world, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz decided to backtrack on his initial reaction to the news of Dillian Whyte is facing trouble over the possible failed drug test. He said, in my opinion, if this shit is factual about Whyte, if I'm Andy Ruiz, then I'm going nowhere near the UK rematch with Joshua. He said, don't do it, Andy. Those are the words from Leonard Ellerbe, okay? Andy Ruiz said, at the end of the day, I just want a fair playing ground. The fact that Retracts had no idea about it is a bit sketchy. I will and want to fight AJ next. No ifs or maybes about that. A short time later, Ruiz retracted what seemed to be a final statement on the matter by saying, I love everyone's passion for boxing on Twitter. I appreciate the people who can argue without insulting. Those are the people I will always reply to. It's all love. Whether the fight happens in the UK or the US, it will be another epic fight. Now, that's totally different to what he was saying earlier, which is great. It's great news because, you know, we've already seen one fight that can possibly be derailed forever. You know, Dillian Whyte's climb or dedication or attempt to fight Deontay Wilder eventually. We already got that fight shitted on. We don't need another one shitted on because of that. We don't need a domino effect, okay? And that is good that Andy Ruiz did make these statements because, you know, that keeps him out of the shit. That keeps the money that he made in his pocket. That keeps him from going into court. That keeps everything honest. You know what I mean? And, you know, because it was kind of short notice, and I think Leonard Ellerbe kind of, you know, instigated that on with the whole Dillian Whyte thing. You know what I mean? Look, and it just shows you too, people, that Andy Ruiz also has people in his ear. Al Heyman, sure, but other people we know about, Leonard Ellerbe, you know, other parts of his team that try to throw shade in certain situations just because Dillian Whyte's British and Anthony Joshua's British. That has nothing to do with this particular fight and this negotiation. You know, now what I will agree with, and me counterpunching this, you know, I agree with Andy with when he said at the end of the day, I just want a fair playing ground. The fact that Retracts had no idea about it is a bit sketchy. I will and fight AJ the next, no ifs or maybes about that. Now, I do agree with him. You know, Retracts is supposed to know about that. You know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He's supposed to know that Dillian Whyte tested dirty for some shit that he had no aware of. Again, if he would have got hurt, what the fuck would have happened then? You know? Dillian Whyte's in shit right now. He would have really been in shit if he would have hurt Retracts some type of way. Broke an eye bone or fucked him up or did something to him that resulted permanent damage. You see what I'm saying? That could have been a career-ending thing. Jail time for Dillian Whyte, because based on what we've already went through, that could have been the case. But back to Ruiz, you know, he's cleaning it up. He's really cleaning it up because, you know, he said whether it happens in the UK or USA will be another epic fight. See, that's him saying that it's a possibility that it will be in the UK because the contract that you signed, you know, meant a lot of things that you allowed to happen by signing it. Okay, so including fighting in the UK. So I'm glad that he just didn't shut it out or talk that shit he did before. I'm not fighting in the UK because of something other shit. You know, so I'm glad that he did come to grounds with that. And someone was probably coaching him, which was a good idea because he doesn't want to go to court with that and lose all that money, because that is exactly what will happen because he didn't abide by the contractual obligations of the contract, which he would have to pay that shit back, where or not he could afford now. You know what I mean? Because what they sue him for could be a lot more than the purse or the amount of the purse that he received. Well, shit, that's his biggest fight purse ever. You think he's going to be able to afford that? No. So yeah, he has to think smart about it, because they don't really have too much of an argument. He's going to fight, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He cleared that up right here in this message. So I'm glad he is keeping it 100 and just coming down, okay, to grounds of reality, because Andy Ruiz knows he has to beat Anthony Joshua twice to be that guy that he thinks he is now. Me counterpunching that. You know what I mean? And I think, along with him being coached or whatnot, there's a piece of this Andy in here that I remember before he fought Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Because he knows that, hey, I have to fight this guy again. I can't act like big shit. I can't act like Floyd Mayweather or Deontay Wilder or anybody that with some big ass ego, you know, before I can get this guy out of here again. He knows that. So he has to, you know, eat some humble pie, remember the contract that he signed, start training, and accept where the venue is. Because if he's confident in his ability, he can beat him anywhere, right? So anyway, that's my take on Andy Ruiz. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.